Hi, I'm Dr. Qureshi from the business of pet care. Today I'd like to talk about the cost of veterinary services and why that is important. So as pet owners, you already know that there's a cost associated with pet ownership. This talk is also for the new pet owners or people who wants to have pets. So there are three categories in this. Number one, there's initial cost of owning a pet, and that's when you acquire a pet from a breeder, buy from a pet store, or from an adoption facility. There's a direct cost to that. Then you're gonna have supplies for that pet. You're gonna have vaccination done, spays and neuters done. And so there's a cost associated with that. And number two, the ongoing costs. So throughout the year, you're gonna have cost of food, cost of supplies, cost of heartworm prevention, vaccinations, annual checkups and all that. But as a veterinarian, I think the biggest cost which I can relate to and I advise people on is emergency cost or unexpected costs pet owners get into. And it's very important to highlight some of those things and why that's important for the pet owners, or why it's important for the hospital employees. In veterinary practice over the years, I've noticed that people are unaware of the ongoing cost and unexpected cost of veterinary services. And then it is heartbreaking for us to treat some of those pets and not be able to treat the pets. You need to know when you own a pet or when you have as a companion, you should be aware of all the costs involved. From purchasing a pet, from annual costs, ongoing costs, and also unexpected costs you need to know. So the way I've seen it over my last 30 years of practice, the way people pay, either they pay from cash from their pocket, or they apply to the credit card, or ask the family to pay for some of the services, or very few people have pet insurance. So, the purpose of discussing this topic is that to cover unexpected cost, you need to be prepared like anything else. Any emergency comes up and everything. And I know a lot of people have car insurance, house insurance, and because if there's a big bill come in or there's a big accident or something, you need to cover those costs. Same thing with pet. When they get sick, pet care is getting expensive over time. And it's heartbreaking for a veterinary team to deal with a sick pet and also upset owner because they can't afford the vet services. And for that reason, sometimes there's not an optimal pet care is provided because certain services pet owners cannot afford, certain diagnostic they cannot afford. So is a suboptimal vet care being offered to them because they can't afford it. And very few pet owners have pet insurance. In Canada and in North America, there are only 3% or less pet owners have pet insurance. Compared to in Europe, in UK, the rate is much higher. Above 29 or 30% of the pet owners have pet care. So it's directly related to what care and how good care you want to get. If you can afford, well and good. But majority of the people is a great financial burden to, when the pets get sick, to provide that care. So it is important you're aware that what are the costs from the beginning. When you buy a pet, the annual costs and unexpected costs. So you are prepared, you can budget for it, you can get an insurance, or if you have you're gonna use a credit card, you wanna make sure there's enough limit to it. But worst come to worst, if none of those things are working for you, in the vet profession, there are some charity organizations, like in Ontario, Canada, you have Furry Foundation. Some of your local communities, they have charities you can ask for to help you with those pet cares. Most of the vet clinics don't have a payment plan or anything because there's a cost of running their own business and everything, so they don't offer you that. So being a good pet owner, being a responsible pet owner, plan or budget for your pet care for your pet. Thank you for listening, and please subscribe to my channel or thumbs up or put your comments in there because that will help me to prepare for more topics related to that. If I have not covered everything on this topic, then your comments will be really helpful. I appreciate you subscribe and put your comments below. Thank you.